It's the first day of school like no other. I'm Zach Shermley here in Centerville with the changes you'll see this semester.
Plus, UM students are back on campus.
How they feel about in-person classes during a pandemic. And later,
in Cascade County, health officials say their goal is to educate, not punish, local business owners and residents for mask non-compliance. I'm Keely Van Mittendorf. That story coming up next.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
The first day of school has come and gone at Centerville and Cascade Public Schools. Thanks for making KRTV a part of your night. I'm Tim McGonigal.
And I'm Hallie Schwannard. It's a year unlike any other, with rural school districts especially challenged. MTN's Zach Shermley followed one family in Centerville to see how they're coping with the changes.
After a long summer, they were up bright and early, teeth brushed, lunches packed, a quick breakfast, and it was out the door for Ellie and Lyle Grossman's first day of school. That's pretty much where their normal back-to-school routine ended. At the front door to the Centerville Public School building, Superintendent John McGee mandated
temperature checks
and social distancing tape 6 feet apart.
I'm a little bit nervous.
It was enough to put the Grossmans a little on edge.
I'm nervous about the virus.
Still, they were excited to meet their new teachers.
I know my teacher now.
His name is Mr. O'Neill, and he's a boy, which I really like.
And catch up with old friends.
I really missed them.
I'm most excited to see my friends.
See your friends? Did you miss them over the summer?
Yes.
It's a different school year for sure.
Face coverings are now mandatory in Centerville Public Schools, so is hand sanitizer and using separate entrances. At a meeting in early August, the Centerville Public School Board decided to use a block schedule for older students and to limit large gatherings of the younger ones. Cascade also opened its schools Wednesday with similar requirements for face masks and social distancing. In both Centerville and Cascade schools, though, similar worries. This building alone houses K-12 students from Stockett, San Cooley, Tracy, and Centerville. Despite the changes, parents and district officials tell MTN they are happy to be back and thankful for the safety protocols because transitioning to online learning last semester as a rural community was tough.
School is really, a social part of a small community. And so when the kids arrive, they're our lifeblood. They're the things that breathe life into this building and this institution.
For a small school district with limited funding, it was almost an impossible job.
The funding, the federal government gave some stimulus money out to schools. We really couldn't have done a lot of the items that we needed to without it.
You know where we're headed to?
Nope.
All parents have a really hard decision to make right now, and no matter what their choice is or was, it's the right one.
If an outbreak comes in Centerville Public Schools or in Cascade, they will consult with the City County Health Department before closing down the building, hopefully a last resort. Reporting here in Centerville, I'm Zach Shermley, MTN News.
When Centerville Public Schools went fully online last semester, their students fared better than in most rural school districts. To find out why, you can read the full story on our website.
While some students hit the classroom, others hit the field. Great Falls High started football practice today. MTN's Isaiah Dunk is at Memorial Stadium now to check in with the Bison.
Thanks, Tim. Well, technically, football practice could have started last week, but the Bison are on the field Wednesday because, well, they don't have a game until September 11th. Now, last year's team lost a lot of close games to some of the best squads in Class AA. We're talking Helena Capital, Billings West, and more. And one thing head coach Mark Sampson wanted to emphasize this year was that it's a conference-only schedule, and so every single game is going to matter. There isn't a lot of time to fix issues once games start. Luckily for him, though, he likes the group of athletes that he has this year. Now, we'll have more tonight at 10, but for now, back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thanks, Isaiah. And while teams continue to practice, it's still unclear whether fans will be allowed at high school sporting events in Great Falls this season. On Monday, Yellowstone County announced that no fans would be permitted at games, while Flathead County will allow only 2 guests per athlete. Great Falls Public Schools told MTN that they're working with the City County Health Department to finalize a plan and will submit a proposal later this week. We'll update you when more details are available.
For the first time since the University of Montana moved to online courses in March, students are back on campus. MTN's Russ Thomas was there for the first day of the fall semester and spoke with students who shared their feelings about heading back to class in the middle of this pandemic.
The University of Montana came back to life today as students were allowed into the classroom for the first time in 5 months. Excitement and apprehension filled the air as a sense of normalcy was balanced by the fear of the spread of coronavirus. Senior Rashia Roberts is glad to start her final year in the way she's accustomed to.
I think having that in-person experience is definitely good. I like that we're getting Grizz kits so we can clean our areas when we're done. They're making sure we're sitting in the same seats.
Meanwhile, incoming freshman Caleb Metzger says he feels the university did a great job of preparing the students for the new world of social distancing and following other proper protocols. He says he hopes everyone is taking those lessons to heart.
You just kind of got to trust everyone around you that they're being precautious and not trying to get others sick.
Junior Renee Ross is taking an outdoor modern dance class. She says her concern is the ability to learn the proper techniques outdoors as she would in the studio.
I think that we will get something different that we would have. There's a plethora of concerns that are opened up about just the quality of education.
She adds that she has full confidence in her professors to do the best they can with the challenges they face. Instructor Heidi Eckert says being outside requires a unique focus for her students, but says it presents new ways to learn.
I'm starting out with the same goals in mind as any other semester, but I'm trying to encourage flexibility and adaptability to be able to have these tents outside so we have a little bit of shelter, designated spot is tremendous.
The University of Montana will have a better idea of how well the students are meeting the challenges that COVID-19 brings within the next few weeks. In Missoula, Russ Thomas, MTN News.
Students say they will be disappointed if UM returns to strictly online courses, but understand if the decision is made for student safety. Well, some of us saw some rain today. We did here at the station. Meteorologist Grant Garland's here to tell us more.
That's right, Hallie. Showers and thunderstorms really started off right before lunchtime, and then they started to track their way out towards Glasgow, and that's what we are continuing to see. However, though, going to go ahead and zoom in here. We do have a thunderstorm that has produced a lot of lightning south of Boulder, heading out towards Townsend and south of Townsend and north of Three Forks. So heads up, that is happening as we speak. Now we have at our station down towards Helena only 400 of an inch of rain, but we have seen other places get rain. We just haven't had them go over certain weather stations. As far as what we can expect for the rest of the evening, well, there is still a chance for an isolated severe thunderstorm, mainly down towards Helena, bringing with it damaging wind gusts as well as frequent lightning. And because of the setup for tomorrow, well, we're going to be looking at a lot of us in the path of maybe an isolated severe thunderstorm, bringing with it damaging wind gusts. Small hail will be possible and also lightning. As temperatures continue to climb down, 85 degrees in Great Falls, 87 in Helena, and 92 in Havre. Later in the show, we're going to talk about our chances for another shot of rain tomorrow. But for now, back to you.
Thank you, Grant. Checking Montana's daily coronavirus numbers, the state is reporting 111 new cases today, closing in on that 6,000 mark. Yellowstone is the big one here with 56 new cases being reported today. One new case in Cascade County. This brings the active cases to 44. 3 new cases in Lewis and Clark County, which now has 65 active cases. More than 1,400 cases are active, and just under 100 people remain hospitalized. Cascade County health officials are encouraging the public to continue wearing masks in businesses around the county and state. MTN's Keely Van Mittendorf talked with the community health leaders about the importance for residents and business owners to stay vigilant.
City County health officials spoke to MTN after concerns arose from the community about businesses who are in non-compliance with the governor's mask mandate. They say while they have not punished or threatened punitive action against any establishment, they have spoken to numerous businesses reported for non-compliance.
Probably get, at least a couple complaints every day regarding a business that may or may not be enforcing the mask directive.
So far, most owners they've called simply needed more information about best practices.
Provide them with resources or education about how they can come into compliance with it.
County Attorney Josh Rackey says his office has also provided clarification to business owners on what they can and can't ask of customers under the mask directive.
You don't want to ask them what their health condition is, but say, hey, this is my business. I prefer to people wear masks. And if the person says, oh, I have a health condition, then fine. Then they don't have to wear a mask.
County officials say business owners bear some responsibility when it comes to enforcing Governor Steve Bullock's order, but they also say language from that mandate is vague on how far that responsibility goes. Language in the mask directive holds business owners accountable for compliance, but not customers. It also outlines a long list of exceptions to the mask rule that range from eating or drinking in an establishment that offers food and drinks for sale to temporary face recognition for cell phones.
If we're doing something strenuous, where you know, breathing's more important, working out, even working and moving heavy things, there's exceptions for that.
To shoppers who simply refuse to wear a mask, citing the governor's order is a mandate, not a law, Racky had this to say.
Why? Why don't you want to do this? It can help protect your friends, your family, other people in the community. So why don't you want to do it?
Officials say customers who take it upon themselves to police others about the mask mandate aren't helping either.
It's not by shaming or publicly putting down somebody else that we're going to get through this.
They say regardless of what business you're entering in the state, doing your part to wear a mask if and when possible takes some pressure off business owners who are left to interpret what compliance means for their establishment.
We're all learning as we go through this, and we need to have that cooperation and working together and coming at it from a unified standpoint.
Reporting in Great Falls, Keely Van Mittendorp, MTN News.
The governor's order does give some power to local law enforcement and city-county health departments when it comes to taking action against a business who's repeatedly in non-compliance. We have more on each step our health department takes when receiving a complaint on our website.
This evening, a follow-up to a story we first told you about last month. What are the mysterious seeds from China popping up in mailboxes across the country and right here in Montana? Well, the USDA is working to identify the seeds. Officials say they've cataloged more than 140 plant species so far. They found a mix of ornamental, fruit, vegetable, herb, and weed seeds. And the seeds sent to Montana include corn, sunflowers, peas, and lentils. They may sound harmless, but officials say don't plant them.
We don't know if some of them could be invasive or they could turn invasive from being in our climate habitat sort of thing. So it is highly recommended to these people that receive the seeds not to plant them, to send them to the USDA office so that they can be identified and taken care of that way.
You can find out more information on what to do if you receive mysterious seeds by contacting the Montana Department of Agriculture. Green Party candidates removed from this year's ballots. Find out why coming up.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 530 News.
Welcome back. The Governor's Grizzly Bear Advisory Council is finalizing their recommendations and are expected to present their final document to Governor Bullock on September 1st. The council held their final meeting today and will work to clean up the formatting of the document over the next week. While they didn't always agree, the council was able to build a comprehensive document that addresses key topics like education, agriculture support, conflict reduction, and bear management. The document represents a year's work by 18 distinct Montana voices, including ranchers, conservationists, biologists, educators, and even garbage experts.
I think it was really cool how we all just came together and came to all those consensus agreements and came up with this really solid document that I'm hoping will be utilized in the future by FWP and all the other agencies.
Once presented, the document will ultimately be a tool for the governor's office, Fish, Wildlife, and Parks, and the legislature when making decisions regarding grizzly bears and their management.
It looks like the Green Party candidates will remain off the ballot for Montana's 2020 general election. The Montana Supreme Court upheld a lower court order that said the 5 Green Party candidates should be removed from the November 3rd ballot because the petition wasn't valid. A federal judge in Missoula also denied a separate request from Green Party candidates and voters to intervene. That means when Secretary of State certifies the general election ballot tomorrow, there must be no Green Party candidates on there. They were in races for U.S. Senate, U.S. House, Governor, Attorney General, and State Senate seat in Missoula.
Well, temperatures tonight falling down to the 50s and 60s for pretty much all of us. 60 degrees in Great Falls as well as Lewistown. Don't go away. Your 7-day forecast is coming up next.
Storm Tracker weather starts now with Grant Garland.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we have seen a few showers and thunderstorms that have been racing their way across the Treasure State that started earlier this afternoon and have been making their way out towards Glasgow. Now, they have been fizzling out, but they have been able to produce a lot of lightning strikes, rather, especially this storm right now south of Helena that's been pushing its way towards Townsend, between Townsend and Three Forks, producing a lot of lightning strikes. So remember, when thunder roars, go indoors. Even though we have seen rain today that moved through the area, we haven't really picked up a lot, at least over our weather stations. Only 400ths of an inch of rain has fallen in Helena. Now, as far as what we go through for the rest of the day, we could be looking at an isolated chance for a severe thunderstorm, mainly staying south of Great Falls and around Helena and clipping Lewistown, bringing with it damaging wind gusts as well as frequent lightning. And also are looking at the chance for severe thunderstorms tomorrow. They will be isolated, though, bring with them damaging wind gusts, small hail, as well as lightning. And this is pretty much our entire viewing area. And this will start up tomorrow in the late morning hours, early afternoon hours. This is all thanks right now, our weather, to a high pressure that situated itself into the southwestern parts of the state, allowing for this flow from California. And if you wonder why we've been seeing those beautiful sunsets, well, it's coming at a cost. It's because these wildfires in California that these particles have been lifted up into the atmosphere and have been able to travel thousands of miles. And that's what we're seeing, those colorful sunsets. As we head throughout the next couple of hours, we will see showers and thunderstorms trying to push up from Helena into Great Falls. This is around 10 a.m. As we, though, go throughout the rest of the night, they will fizzle out. But tomorrow, late in the morning hours, right around 11:30, this is when we're going to start to see these kind of popcorn showers that start to move into our area by 3:30 in the afternoon between Cutbank and Great Falls, seeing the best chance for showers, pushing off into Havre right around 5 p.m. And then we're going to see some of these kind of bow out right around 6 p.m. At least this is what this model is suggesting possibly. That's where we could be looking at maybe an isolated severe thunderstorm or two by around 10 p.m. making their way into Glasgow. So not much of a real threat. Again, damaging wind gusts as well as small hail and lightning being the main threats. How much rain could we get though from now to Friday morning? Well, possibly over 3/10 of an inch of rain in Helena, over almost 1/10 in Lewistown, and 500ths of an inch in Havre. As far as our driest time for tomorrow will be, well, it's going to be in the afternoon right around 4:30 when we're seeing 24% humidity. It will be a breezy day tomorrow too, between 10 to 40 mile an hour winds at times, especially up towards the High Line in Cutbank. Temperatures right now though, well, we observed 87 degrees in Helena today, 81 in Great Falls, and 89 in Lewistown. Going throughout the night tonight, temperatures will fall down to around 60 degrees in both Great Falls as well as Lewistown, 59 in Helena and 65 in Glasgow. As you make your way out the door tomorrow morning, temperatures are going to be right around 61 degrees with partly sunny skies. Chances for showers and thunderstorms will vamp up though in the late afternoon hours. Overall tomorrow it will be another warm day, 91 degrees in Great Falls as well as Hayes, 95 in Havre and 97 in Jordan. And we are going to be looking at again a chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, 40% chance for us here in Great Falls, 89 on Friday. Sunny skies come back out this weekend and we'll start to dry back out yet again. Hallie.
Thanks, Grant. Still to come, moving forward with a joint venture between the City of Great Falls and Malmstrom. Details next.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 530 News.
We have some breaking news we'd like to share with you tonight. Lewis and Clark County Sheriff Leo Dutton announcing just minutes ago that an arrest has been made in the 2011 murder of John Mike Kreitz. According to a news release, deputies arrested Leon Michael Ford in Oak Harbor, Washington just before 10 this morning. He's charged with deliberate homicide and tampering with evidence. Kreitz went missing in June of 2011. His dismembered body was discovered near McDonald Pass in October of 2011. Ford is expected to be arraigned in Washington tomorrow. It's a developing story. We will have much more, including comments from Sheriff Dutton for you tonight at 10. Hallie?
Tonight we have an update for you on the joint proposal for an aquatics and rec facility. This is a joint venture between the City of Great Falls and Malmstrom Air Force Base. Earlier this month, the Defense Community Infrastructure Program accepted the city's proposal and formally invited Great Falls to apply for a $10 million grant. Great Falls was one of 16 communities selected for the grant out of 109 applicants. Details are still being ironed out, but the city manager is confident the facility will soon be a reality.
Occurring, we have a very high likelihood of getting this grant awarded. And so we just need to take it over the finish line and then we can have some celebration. So
the city will submit its final application by August 26th and receive final word from the Secretary of Defense by September 15th. It's not yet known where this facility will be located. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Well, heads up, a red flag warning and heat advisory until tonight at 9 p.m. for those designated areas. Tonight, temperatures will fall down to around 60 degrees in Great Falls, 62 in Hayes, and 59 in Helena. Heading throughout the day tomorrow, temperatures warming up, starting off at 61 degrees rather at 7 a.m. Quickly, though, 87 degrees by 1 p.m. Started introducing that chance for showers and thunderstorms. All in all, 91 degrees in Great Falls. And over the next 3 days, well, sunny skies come back out on Friday.
Well, if you enjoy creating memes, you could make some money doing it. Beer maker Budweiser wants to hire a chief meme officer to help promote Bud Light Seltzer, the low-calorie beverage which was launched in January.
Through September 18th, anyone 21 or older can apply for the job online, download the templates to practice. But get this, they're going to be making $5,000 a month for 3 months.
I'll do that.
Side job?
Meme creating paid so lucratively. All right, that's all the time we have. See you at 10.